Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how it can be lonely when you start the awakening process. Watch this video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button, the bell to receive notification when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I want to dive right into this topic today of feeling lonely when you start to awaken. People get really confused about this because they think, well, now I'm awakened and I know more of who I am. Where are my people? Where are my people? Where's my tribe? Where's my crew? Where are these people, right? Here's a really tough thing to understand, but true and necessary, is when you go through this shift, I like to call it 3D to 5D. You start to define yourself as the truth of you instead of the societal-based ideals that you've had to adopt to get along in this weird, let's say, emotionally arrested society, right? So especially if you're like me and you're a highly sensitive kid, super highly sensitive kid, you had to dumb down a lot of your sensitivities and a lot of the things that you knew about yourself. You had to adopt some of these negative, let's say, less than perfect views of yourself, some shame, a little bit of guilt, a little bit of something's wrong with me, a little bit of I'm different, whatever that shit is, right? You've had to adapt that, but it's actually not true. It's true when you're living in a reality that does not match your level of consciousness. So what happens over time is you learn to condition yourself out of yourself. You start to fear your authentic self. You start to think, I'm not going to be included if I am who I am. I'm not going to be understood if I am who I am. They're going to keep criticizing me and telling me there's something wrong with me if I be who I am. There's going to be some conflict that I'm afraid of. All these things. I won't make it in the world. Let's be real. I am spiritual and sensitive and conscious and I made it, right? But here's what has to happen first. You have to become aware. You have to start to awaken. This is what you think you want. You start to do the inner work. You come to one of my classes. You're like, holy shit, I was right about who I am. I'm so afraid to do it though. I'm afraid to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Help me. Why do I have all these blocks? Because the blocks were put in to cope with your current surroundings. These blocks you put in to survive. Thank your younger self. Thank your inner child for helping you survive your emotional dark age that you were born into. But here's the time for you. Right now, we're in Aquarian age upgrade, right? So we're going through a paradigm shift from Piscean to Aquarian. Heart-centered healers are going to be the leaders. I promise you, but you need to be empowered first. This is why I've been doing this for over a decade. Because when I empowered my gifts and my spiritual self and my insight to really see what was going on, everything that was going on started making a lot of sense to me because I stopped listening to what they were telling me and I started listening to what I was telling me. The downloads from the universe were coming through because I got the hell out of my way and I started seeing the truth of me. We can't get insight when we have a negative self-concept. Doesn't work. We block our truth. Our truth is insight. Our truth is universe, right? So let me break this down. So you're going to be lonely when you start to come into the truth of you because once again, it's going to be that scary reminder of when you were a child and no one related to you. No one's frickin' relating to me in this universe, right? That's when I started to do this work and take on board lots of clients who were just like my old self, my younger self. Then I started the Truth Room, my monthly membership, links below, for like-minded souls around the world because I wasn't finding them in my area, like all of you. So I'm like, let me just create it online. And for the last 4+ years, we've had a weekly call, which has strengthened all of us, which has strengthened our conscious levels, which has helped us manifest the lives that we've wanted. So please join us if you're looking for your tribe. But here's the deal. I remember thinking, I think it was like 2 years of me feeling alone. But what I did during that time is here is the benefit of that alone time, right? That transition period that we all go through. Because if you go from here to here, it doesn't work. You have to go to here, learn a bunch of shit, integrate a bunch of shit, and then you're here. You need to anchor all that. But if you have all these 3D opinions and things like this, you're going to be affected out of your growth. This is what's happening with one of my clients. She's in a corporate environment and she had an awakening and she forgot about all of that because she's like, none of that's going to work in this corporate environment. I'm like, you're in the wrong environment, babe. So what you have to do every day that you go home is strengthen yourself, do the inners, do the meditations, do all the exercises I give you so that when you go back in that not so great environment, you can stay you. Then eventually you'll be around more of you because you're vibrating more with the truth of you. But when we first awaken, we're still like, oh, I'm not sure. We don't know how to know for sure. And the way I started to know for sure was to see how the other reality just wasn't making me happy, and I didn't really give a shit about belonging to things anymore. I just wanted to belong to me. I didn't want to self-abandon ever again. That was my thing. I was like, I refuse to self-abandon because the only times anything would ever go wrong is when I was leaving myself. And all of you think you need everybody to agree with you. Not because you care about their damn opinions, because you know that you'll leave you if they leave you, and that's what needs to change. We don't need people to affect us when we're upgrading to the truth of who we are. We need to be around people, systems, classes, courses, others who are literally vibrating with the same understandings of the truth of who you are is not out there. I don't need to leave myself to belong. Belong to what? People who aren't even close to understanding who they are? No. Look at them. Look at the people you're trying to fit into. A lot of you are like, but I'd rather be with them than with no one. I'm like, really? Because then you'll never be with you. It is mandatory to take some time alone. One of my other clients said to me last week, she's so cute. She goes, you know what? My intuition keeps telling me that it's best to just be by myself for a little bit. And I said, why is that? Correct. But why is that? She goes, because every time one of my friends comes around, I'm like, I got to get rid of them. I go, why is that? She goes, they're chaotic. I said, yes, because as you start to awaken, you become very hypersensitive to things that are out of alignment with you and you don't have a choice anymore. It's just going to pull you out unless you use your boundaries and start to say no. So I asked her, I go, it's hard for you to say no. She's like, exactly. This is the time for you to honor and live in alignment with you. You didn't get to do that as a child. You had to live in alignment with the parents who were not in alignment with self. Scary as hell, right? But that's all of our reality. You were taken out of your truth as a child to function in a world that you're not from. Now you have to come back to yourself to create a world that makes sense for you, right? We are here to create the new world, but we were born into a world that didn't understand us, that made us forget who we are. I want to remind you of something. You didn't fully forget, or you wouldn't be watching this video. You're just not strengthened in your truth. So yes, it is lonely for a while because you're resonating with you. And instead of saying it's lonely, say, wow, this is a really amazing time to get intimate with myself. And when I'm lonely, I'll go on some videos, or I'll call a friend who may relate to me, or I'll do a coaching session with someone that I know gets it, or I'll read a book that's spiritual and reminds me of my spiritual identity. What you guys are doing is you're shedding your false societal images to claim your authentic spiritual identity. I want to mention to you, Emotional Rehab is a class to take, my 12-week class that is live with me, starts November 1st. It is the one to take if you're dealing with this, the awakening process of the truth of who I am, shedding the codependent narcissistic patterns that you had to be in because no one was reflecting the truth of you, and start to really learn how to anchor in and rise up to not only the truth of you, but the true purpose and calling that was there for you. You guys know my story. To survive my surroundings and to feel enough in this world, I became a model and an actress, and it worked really well for me, but it wasn't my calling. It wasn't my heart. And I remember my agent at the time being like, why are you quitting? You're about to make it. I'm like, I don't wanna. I remember. And I do, then what, right? I'd rather make it doing the thing that my heart is screaming to do, sharing the wisdom that I truly know how to teach. I want to do this. And years later, he came to me, he's like, damn, that was the best decision you ever made. How do I live like you? How do I have confidence like you? How do I feel fulfilled like you? How do I see the world like you? And I thought it was so amazing, because if I would have listened to anybody else, I'd still be an actress. No thanks. Wasn't my calling. Now, if someone wants to have me on TV, I'll be like, sure, let me be the healer. Let me be the coach. Let me be me, right? I would love that. But my whole goal was I loved doing roles that were me. I just wanted to be me in the world. So here we are. YouTube works better. So my point with this is anchoring into the truth does not mean looking in your world for evidence. It means looking within and feeling what resonates, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out Emotional Rehab if you're wanting to go to the next level and really live your calling. It is the most fulfilling, epic thing. And I know a lot of you are thinking, because I have a client like this, she wants to do her spiritual career, but she's afraid it's going to be weird. And I'm like, do you think I'm weird? She's like, well, no. And I'm like, why is that? Because I own it. If you own your spiritual truth, people will look to you and be like, damn, there's something really exciting about that. That person's really in their integrity. That person feels like a whole, solid, amazing human. That's what's waiting for you guys. So Emotional Rehab, it's below. Please share this video with at least one person you think it could help. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do so you get me in your inbox. Please check my newsletters because we have announcements every single week, twice a week. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.